What is up, everybody? It's Reverse here today. So apparently, Phil Spencer did an interview where he explained why Starfield was delayed, and was delayed partly because Xbox experienced shipping delays, shipping games too early, says Phil Spencer. So if you're not really too sure on what that means, there's an article from Games Radar that explains what they're actually referring to. Apparently, they don't want to ship the game out too early. So Swisher said the decision he argues against calling the decision to delay Starfield was made in part because Xbox has released games prematurely in the past. I guess because really they didn't want the game they didn't feel the game was like they didn't want it to be too buggy or having too many glitches in it, so they wanted to make sure it was at the most optimal point before releasing it. That's what he's trying to say. It isn't really a decision to move a game after spending the team's effort over multiple years to just get to a point where you know not going to deliver the game you want on the date was promised, Spencer said. Now it is at some level because I have shipped games too early. We have experienced shipping games too early. Mainly kind of Halo Infinite. I'm pretty sure he's probably referring to Halo Infinite because I had that game shipped out. Like, people were so angry that people were mad that it didn't because it got delayed, but people were mad again because the game was missing like key features like co-op and the Forge mode and a lot of the multiplayer features as well too. So they're trying to stop shipping out games too early, it seems like. In hindsight, you look at games like Starfield, it's taken so long and so much investment in a new IP from the team. He said the decision to give the team the time to build the game and they feel they should be building is just the right thing to do. There are financial implications to those decisions when it's going to happen, whether it's platform growth, subscriber growth, or frankly the revenue that you generate from a new game launches. Those are business decisions. You definitely have to weigh out the outcomes of those decisions. I mean, Xbox is doing pretty well for not having a major first party game out right now. So I can only imagine the sales getting even better when this first party game releases. So I think they're gonna do a lot better sales wise next year. I don't really care about the sales anyway, but I guess I'm doing a lot better because they're still on track with PlayStation, even though they haven't released a first party game this year. So that's still pretty impressive. But they couldn't, an article about Xbox couldn't be mentioned without Sony fanboys having to chime in because I don't know why Sony fanboys even care about Starfield. Like, if you're most likely not gonna play this game anyway unless you got a PC or an Xbox. So I don't know why they're chiming in, but they have in this thread. So we're gonna see some of these ridiculous comments these guys have made. It was delayed because of God of War Ragnarok. It was going to be completely unnoticed. That's the only reason why. What a nonsensical statement right there. You mean the next Starfield, the next Bethesda Fallout or Skyrim style game is going to be ignored by God of War? That's hilarious. I was like, I'd rather play that over God of War Ragnarok. I would definitely play one of those games over God of War. So I don't know what this guy's on right there. No, that means that they are capable of making the game's release on time. They aren't, though, as we saw with Halo Infinite. Okay. So we got two trolls right there. One with the obvious, troll Phil Spencer avatar, and one with a Kratos avatar. So, it was delayed because it would have been ended by God of War Ragnarok. Like, if they keep repeating the same statement, I guess they want it to be true because they keep repeating this nonsensical statement. Because a big game let's make about this can completely just be ignored by God of War. Okay. Keep believing that. Xbox players waiting for Starfield be like, oh, we gotta wait 1 year. Big whoop-de-doo. I guess these same guys don't know that these PlayStation games got delayed from last year too until this year. I guess they didn't realize that as well. Like God of War Horizon didn't have delays. Every big Sony game I think about has some type of delay to it, but they don't make a big deal about those delays. But when Xbox games get delayed, it's a big deal. Like God of War Horizon didn't have delays. You console wars act like delays never happen outside Xbox. They really do. They act like delays just don't happen to any other game. Cough Halo Infinite. PlayStation Studios teach you I will. Okay. He saw it and it gave him the flashbacks of Halo Infinite. So this time the right move is to delay it. Glad Xbox has learned from their mistakes, release them when they are at optimal as possible. I agree with that statement, but people are still rubbing it in saying, hey, look, Xbox got no games 2022, so it's like you can't win or lose with this because if you delay the game to be the most optimal, people will still complain about it. if you release the game early, people can complain about it because they say, "Well, you released the game buggy," so can't win either way at this point. Um, it was delayed because Xbox studios are just grossly mismanaged. Oh man, Xbox has no issues during the 360 era of releasing banger after banger. Bring back Peter Moore and make Xbox great again. These guys have amnesia about Xbox in 2021. Xbox had a pre-release of consistent games. I mean, they delayed those. They delayed Starfield and Redfall because they want those games to be more optimal. And then you had Stalker 2 was delayed because of a war, so you can't really do anything about that. So I was like, what do you want them to do? What you want them to do at that point? Just release games and they be super buggy. um. Within the 3 years before Bethesda was bought by Microsoft, Todd Howard was saying in interviews that Starfield was still years away, hinting later in the console generation. By E3 last year, 2 months after acquisition, it suddenly had a 2022 release date. Microsoft was forcing it too early. Okay. It was delayed because they are still patching those cross-eyed NPCs one at a time. They developing the software to make them eyes look in one direction. Meanwhile, I bet this guy had nothing to say about how some of those characters was looking God over Ragnarok though. Some of those characters was looking kind of spooky in God of Ragnarok, especially the Kratos' wife in one of the flashback scenes. The first one you see, she looks. I mean, some of those character models didn't look that great in that game, but we ain't gonna talk about that though. Looks amazing. Why does everyone look cross-eyed in this game? Delay all you want. I'd rather have a game delayed than launch in unfinished state. Yeah, I kind of agree with that too. Like, just make the game be finished as much as possible. Just didn't want to release around. These guys are clowns, bro. These guys are such clowns. Just didn't want to release around when Sony's releasing God of War Ragnarok. Okay. I kind of wish they. I kind of wish they would have released this game around God of Ragnarok, so these Sony guys could just shut up real quick. They got humbled real quick because they think the God of War. Sure, God of War is a long running series, but the thing that you can imagine one of Bethesda's like their new IPs that people have been hyping up for. People still play Skyrim and Fallout, like Fallout New Vegas. These older like RPG, people still play those games. So it's like, okay, it's just fascinating how they think that because God of War is going to overshadow a new Bethesda game. Like, that's just ridiculous. The reason it got delayed because God of War Ragnarok is going to be top of the game of the year. Okay. Now there's another false statement right there. What's so sad? These people miss an amazing game just for a brand. To be honest, I don't know why Xbox exists. All their games come to PC. At the same time, why don't they just concentrate on PC? What a dumbass excuse. They delayed it because it wasn't ready? Yeah, how was that a dumb excuse? Like, what? Yeah, but once again, like I said before, you can't mention the Xbox anywhere without Sony fanboys just suddenly just popping up out of nowhere. The brain dead PlayStation stands in the comment section. At least he said it as well. Like, these guys are just clearly brain dead. Like, it's obviously something missing where their brains should be at this point. Thank you. Please delay. Let's get the potential masterpiece done, right? Rather wait longer than be disappointed. Another lie from Phil. They just know he's lying now. Then again, the same tired excuse these guys like to come up with. They didn't want to go up against Ragnarok. Yeah, because Bethesda is so scared of fucking God of War game. Like, okay. That makes a lot of sense. Like I said before, they keep repeating it, so they just wanted to be true so badly. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm pretty sure Bethesda is more iconic than God of War at this point. That's not the problem. The problem is they don't ship frequently enough to stay in the competitive zone. That's why Nintendo and Sony just dominate all the time. Lastly, they have zero idea how studios like both mentioned before do. What? Okay. Yeah. Oh, yep. So that's I'm gonna conclude the video right there. So we got a more reason as to why. Well, I'm pretty sure I kind of concluded that was kind of reason to begin with because well, honest with the delay the game, they need to make sure it's the most optimal possible, best optimized possible. So it is what it is. So only guys saying because they just want to skip because of God of Ragnarok. Just brainless at this point. Like, what else can you say? Like, something's obviously not working right up there where they think they're just going to skip because of God of Ragnarok. Like legit, these are, like, they just sleep on how legendary Bethesda is at this point, and it's just so sad. We're going to see these same guys who was hating on Xbox. With Starfield release, they're going to be on Xbox train, they're going to be on a PC train, so that PlayStation's going to be collecting dust when Starfield releases, so we'll see. So I'm gonna conclude it right here. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like for this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.